What's going on? How are you guys today? We are going live on Instagram and YouTube at the same time. We'll be doing Instagram for maybe the first 10 or 15 minutes, and then we'll switch over to just YouTube because there is a time limit on the Instagram live stream. So, what's going on? How are you guys today? So, if you have any questions pertaining to the carnivore diet, nutrition, health, whatever you guys would like to talk about, I know the majority of the conversation the past few days has been focused on the Toyota Corolla, all the nonsense going on in the world. And, as much as I'm looking forward to getting back to nutrition, guys, I literally wrote like 5 or 10 video scripts before all this Toyota Corolla stuff happened. I'll read them to you right now. I had a video on histamine, a revised histamine intolerance video has been written up for months. Revised video on collagen and glycine. Revised video on meat industry and the carnivore diet. Coffee and adrenals, blood work update, hair loss stuff, omega-9 fatty acids. I just had so, guys, I have a list of over 200 videos that I've wanted to do for about a year now, and I just never get through them because all this stuff keeps popping up. Frank is busy in the spa with the boys. How do you guys know how I spend my time? Do I look tired? I didn't sleep that well last night. My schedule's been so off. I didn't even do my video yet today. After this live stream, I have to write a script, film tomorrow's video, and just a lot of. I got to stop. I donated blood earlier, and it knocked me out. Like I was so tired, I lay down for a few hours after I donated blood. So that's what threw me off today, and then I have to do the live stream. I still didn't finish my workout. Probably out vandalizing street lights. I wish. How's Gina doing? She's doing okay. She has her own private chef in the form of Frankie Boy cooking for her. Frankie Boy streaming on both Instagram and YouTube. Yeah, we're going to do Instagram for maybe like 15-20 minutes, and just to throw in some more questions here and there. I've gotten so many TikTok thoughts on Snap. It's so easy. Well, you think that, but those TikTok thoughts they're talking to about 100 other different dudes. My mom won't believe that coffee's bad because she heard from doctors that coffee is good. Speaking of doctors, I reached out to my the doctor that did my jaw surgery, and they said it was possible to remove the plates and the screws. So, what's likely going to happen is sometime later this year, around the late summer, I'm probably going to get the plates and the screws removed from my face. So I don't have health insurance right now, so I have to get some health insurance, which is fine. It's only a few $100s a month, and I have to or I could try to get. I might be able to get Medicaid, or I could just pay out of pocket. Either way, I'm probably going to get it done later this summer. So I should be I shouldn't be as EMF sensitive once I get the metal. Frank, do the research on titanium before, just to be sure. I mean, I have a study that I found one study showing that. Well, first of all, look, as much as I've looked at studies and it indicates that it magnifies EMFs, dozens to hundreds fold. I would just go on my anecdotal experience. The day I got back from the hospital, because it's very invasive, honestly, like, this is the problem. I either get another invasive surgery to remove the plates, or I have to move out to the middle of the fucking woods. Like, listen, I might move out to the woods either way, but right now where I am, just with all this Wi-Fi infrastructure getting set up, I have to get these plates out of my head for my own safety. Otherwise, if I was just an average person and didn't know about all this EMF stuff, and I had these plates in my head from the surgery, they would have probably killed me already. Because I would have gone to doctor after doctor after doctor, after hospital, not being able to figure out what was wrong, and they would have probably gotten rid of me. So I have titanium in my spine. If I had titanium in my spine, I wouldn't give a shit. The problem is when you have titanium screws in your face, it magnifies the Wi-Fi. It magnifies the Wi-Fi where the titanium is. So wherever the titanium is, it's going to cause inflammation. Brain, right near my brain, worst case scenario. There is literally no other surgery that would put titanium that close to your brain than the double jaw surgery. So it's a very, very unique scenario. The point is, when I got back from the hospital, I wasn't able to fall asleep. And I thought it was just a surgery and that it would go away and that I'd start sleeping okay again. But I never really slept well again ever since I had that jaw surgery in 2016. You seem happier today. No, I'm a little excited that I can get these plates taken out of my head. I wish I had an x-ray to show you guys. I might have it in my computer file somewhere, but if you look at an x-ray of my head, there's these like giant plates here, and I have like giant screws going up into my face right here. I look like a robot. Can you get an MRI with titanium? Yes, you can. Do you regret having it done? No, I regret not getting the screws taken out sooner. Are you A+ blood type? I don't think so. Why? I always just ask my mom what my blood type is because I keep forgetting. I think I'm B+ or something. Frank needs a Faraday insulated tour bus RV with his face on the side to promote Frankie's Syringe Media. Why'd you get it done in the first place? Because I had an underbite. Where are the scars? They're inside my mouth. I don't know if you could see the scars. Are you gonna record it to make a vid? No, the surgery's on the inside of your face, so I have scars on the inside of my mouth. It's not outside. Get a blood donor card. They never sent me a blood donor card. I don't know why. What happens if you fall on your face or get punched? Could the metal damage you? Not really. It's another part of it's like bone. It's another part of my face. Does all meat contain B12? You will destroy your face, Frank Sadface. What, if I get the plates and the screws taken out? How would that destroy my face? Why does my body tan but my face burns? The skin on your face is thinner. I've been supplementing D3 and K2. Try rubbing some D3 on your face. Thanks for all the content. Yeah, Ryan, I'm working hard every day to get videos out every day. Do we need vitamin C on the carnivore diet? I spoke about this in my antioxidant video that I did a few months ago. That'll answer your question. I also did a video on vitamin C. I don't remember what I said in it, though. That was probably a year ago. Open up a restaurant? I don't have enough money to get my own place to stay, let alone. Well, I can't say that. I could get a house if I want to, but not where I want. I could get a house in a pretty crappy neighborhood, but what happens to the holes in the bones they screwed into? Think about it. I had this question too. What happens if you screw into a bone and then remove that screw? Think about it. Bone is hard tissue. There's no capillaries, there's no soft tissue, there's nowhere it could bleed. So I'm assuming if you unscrew a screw that was in your face, there would be a hole there and it would fill in over the course of months and the bone would fill in. That's basic, if you screwed a hole in your bone, it's just going to leave a hole there and then the bone's going to repair itself. The type of soft tissue, it creates bone spurs. Maddie, what are your concerns about the Maddie? What are your main concerns about me getting the metal removed? I mean, I don't want to have to like, guys. I'm losing my fucking mind. You want to show you how crazy this is getting? I literally made this fucking silver material thing to put on my head when I use my phone. Like, this is fucking nuts, guys. I need to get the screws out of my head. Like, this is fucking ridiculous. Like, I don't want to walk around with a fucking head net everywhere. Spurs are just strengthening the area. Restaurants are finished for plebs. Yeah, I think a big part of what they just did with the economy was to intentionally crash a lot of small businesses and literally make it so people are dependent on the military and the New World Order system. Do you think Cuomo will reopen New York tomorrow? I've been tweeting at these people. I think de Blasio tweeted the other day, and I was like about not liking the Jews having the parties, and I tweeted him like, "What, do you only prefer uncut boys in the gym sauna or some shit?" No one. I don't know why. My tweets are gold, and no one. What did I say? My tweets are gold, and no one responds. What did I say? So this is what he said. My message to the Jewish community and all communities is this simple. The time for warnings is past. I've instructed the NYPD to proceed immediately to summons or even arrest those who gather in large groups. What's wrong with de Blasio? Do you prefer uncut boys at the YMCA sauna? Then I said to Elon Musk, why? Because you already got your satellites up to fry everyone, you satanic prick. I should be the most famous person on YouTube. And then to Boris Johnson, I asked him, did they feed you caviar in the hospital? And I was trying to find the picture of the picture from the 2012 Olympic opening scene where they had him in a hospital bed. I like all your tweets, Ranky Boy. Thanks, Jose. I got one pocket fan. Make it popular. At least I have an excuse to wear it now with the Toyota Corolla going on. At least I have an excuse to wear it now. Bet 365 says Trump. Damn, it hurts that bad. Why don't you collab with other YouTubers? Because I'm not in the club. I'm too smart and pretty, and they don't want me to steal their audience. That's the basic truth. Are we all ready to inject ourselves with estrogen and become tan 10-10s? I know some of you guys might have too large of a bone structure to do that. Any debates planned? No. Are antifungals for ringworm like terbinafine dangerous for the liver? I'm not sure what the detox pathway for those is. How's my Tinder going? I uninstalled it after 2 weeks. Not worth it. You guys, like, honestly, at this point, I just have fun. I go up to girls on the street. I say, hey, sweetie, where you going dressed like that? And that's it. I need someone with a sense of humor. One time I thought this 5'11" chick was about to beat me up. I had to run away. Like the way she turned around at me, I got a little scared. They acted 5 grams across the street a few days ago. Do you have any recommendations for ringworm? Yeah, stop being a dirty boy. Frank's a cold approach guy. That's my favorite. That's my favorite pickup line. That's by far, and that's been it for that's for a few years. That's been my favorite pickup line, but it never works anymore. It just pisses girls off. If I was half a foot taller, they would roll with it. Just drove from Washington to Tennessee. Nothing exciting. Just the expected Wi-Fi towers all over the highways on the whole way. Yeah, yeah. Someone should make a. I should do it. I should make a service where we outfit cars to be EMF proof. We'd have to. I don't know how you do it. You'd have to put like aluminum mesh on the windows and the windshield. I'm gonna test it because right now, if you get in a car, the Wi-Fi levels are really high. Hi from New Zealand, Frankie. Best beef over here. Yeah, New Zealand's nice. That's where all the elites have their bunkers, so you know they don't spray shit over there. Frank, move out of New York City. The girls there are creatures. You think I don't know that? It's pathetic. Here comes the fake alien invasion. Yeah, I'm so sick of the media. Such a New York Guido, still catcalling. I love your meat. Wait, that came out wrong. You know what's funny? I always have people email my Frankie's Free Range Meat email address, and they're like, "I can't wait to have Frankie's meat in my mouth." They go along with the joke. What's the pickup line? The pickup line is, "Hey sweetie, where you going dressed like that?" Your recent TikTok makes you look like a mafia member. I had fun with that one. They were working on cell towers here in Canada. Buddy was fully suited up. You should have taken a picture. According to a German source, titanium creates an antenna effect. The antenna creates a tension field that sensitively interferes with the central nervous system. Yeah, that's why my brain feels like it's getting fried whenever I have my cell phone on for a few minutes. Who is legit in the opposition of the New World Order? Well, I know for sure I am. I can't really say the same about other people. I think anyone else, I don't think there's anyone else with a large channel that, well, yeah, there are people with channels around my size that have done it. One guy actually just got his channel terminated. There's a couple other channels that are kind of like woke channels, but it's usually channels that have anywhere from like 20,000 to 200,000 subscribers, and they don't have an identity. So a lot of these channels that do talk about this type of stuff, it's just like a guy posting videos. You don't see him. You just hear their voice. They just edit videos. They don't disclose their identity. So for me to say, are there other people that are opposing the New World Order? Of course there are, but they're not identifying themselves. I seem to be the only person I know that identifies with my name and says this stuff. Do you think the meat shortage is actually an issue? I was planning on doing a video on that. No, it's a controlled collapse. Have you accepted our Lord and Savior Ted Kaczynski? Isn't that was that the Iceman serial killer? That they did a documentary on him that I remember watching that was really good. I don't remember what he did though. Do you think they will legit move on with the estrogen treatment? It's ridiculous what they would do. They could literally say, "Oh, we need to paint you blue, and nail you to a cross," and people would believe them. Have you come up with any new creative dishes? I haven't really been cooking that much. Guys, we're gonna wrap up the Instagram live stream just to keep it nice and short so you guys can watch it later. But if you guys are on Instagram and you want to join me, go on YouTube and Frank Tufano with a 2, Frank Tufano. You guys can continue the live stream. Maddie, send me a DM or an email if there's any more information. Thanks, guys. Are there more gays than 30 years ago? I think the gay statistics are really skewed. I think there's a lot more gay guys than gay women, and I think it's higher than people are saying. Vegetable Police is catching on to this. I think Vegetable Police is a pretty honest guy. I just think he doesn't care about a lot of things. Like he's just living his life and having fun. I kind of like Vegetable Police in that sense. Like a lot of like I'm heavily invested in my YouTube channel, and I really do want to improve people's health. But Vegetable Police is like just trying to entertain people, so it's kind of cool. What estrogen treatment? I don't want tits. Watch my video today. I feel so attacked, lol. What did I say? Oh, Naomi, I completely forgot. Naomi, forgive my memory. Not hold on. Now I feel bad. Now I actually have to think about this. So there's this cute German girl, Naomi. I don't know how to say her name. I know her first name's Naomi. I don't know how to say her last name. It's German, Seibt. I don't really know how to say it, but she got really popular talking against the Greta Thunberg stuff some months ago. And she actually invited me to this climate conference that I couldn't make because it was on such a short notice. And what surprised me about her was, I mean, she seems more intelligent than me in regards to all of this the political New World Order stuff, because, you know, the main focus of my channel is nutrition. I know she doesn't do videos every day like I do. Let me actually bring up her channel. But she got really popular for being like anti-Greta, and she is one of the only people that that has been speaking out against this. And I think the main reason she's been able to speak out against it is because I mean, she's in Germany, and she got popular before she started like going really anti-establishment, because like when she started her YouTube channel, look, like she got a lot of views, and then they started, like, when she started talking about specific topics, they started like suppressing it a little bit. So it's tough. It's tough. But she's definitely, you guys could definitely check out some of her earlier videos, how she got popular. Which one was it? This one's pretty good. Climate change, just hot air. So she got popular exposing the climate stuff, which we talked about. And the hard thing about all of this stuff is, you know, even with like intelligent young people like her and myself talking about this, we still don't know exactly what the fuck's going on. You know, I'm starting to believe that the climate stuff and even the grand solar minimum stuff is all bullshit. And it's all, and the point is that these elite satanic got people in charge are just what basically whatever is said to the public. It's the divide and conquer thing, where they try to get you to think about something or focus on something and try to figure out what's going on, as opposed to the main goal, which is just stop letting these elite people live like parasites. If you're not talking about taking these people down, you've already fallen into their trap. If you start talking about the grand solar minimum, climate issues, the environment, whatever it may be, if you start talking about anything, is Toyota Corolla real or not? Are they doing this? Are they doing that? None of that matters. The point is, these people are in control. They're writing the book. We have to take the pen out of their hand and write the book ourselves. Maybe New York girls think you're the creature. When they first meet me, they do. But it's actually the opposite. They're the creature. Are you wearing underwear on TikTok? Yeah, I am. I wish I could show you guys my TikTok, but I can't because there's no like website to watch TikTok like there is Instagram. What do you think about Galen getting banned on Twitter? I don't know what the fuck that guy says. There's someone really after him. There's really someone after him. I think it might be because he doesn't have large enough of a presence that that they can just ban him like that. This guy that I talked to, Galen, who's very educated on the feedlot meat, what these companies are doing to control the food supply. And when he talks about it and talks about on Twitter and argues with people about what they're actually trying to do with society, they suspend his Twitter account, they wipe his Google accounts, they freeze his PayPal, they destroy his shit. I don't know what the guy's saying, but lol at the microwave pic someone tweeted you. I fucking saved that. I'm gonna post that to Instagram. I think I'm gonna post that to Instagram like in a day or two. It's fucking hilarious. Yo, this is legit. This is legit my family. My mom and my dad. It's so funny. It's perfect. It's perfect. It's fucking perfect. Oh my god. Frank's going through his private Snapchats. I don't even know how to use private Snapchat. You don't seem concerned about fluoride contaminated meat sources. Fluoride contaminated meat sources. That one seems a little out of control. Is the majority of the water that's going to be used on a grass-fed beef farm going to be fluoridated? That's a good question. I would argue no. I don't see why it would be. But that is a good question. Is that a concern? Absolutely. I mean, absolutely it's a concern. Is it a priority or something I would worry about? No. I wouldn't. Like, that's where like you're starting to nitpick stuff. Toyota Corolla is about distracting from 5 grams, destroying small businesses, pushing injections, and forcing people to wear masks so they can't breathe and smile or talk to each other. Who wants to be boyfriends with me? Grace, I'm not sure if the Frank Tufano YouTube chat is the best place to find a boyfriend, but you can do whatever you like. Judging by the wind and the weird weather, the icing on the cake for 2020 would be a Sandy magnitude hurricane we're defiantly due. Private Snapchats or just anything sent to you personally? Oh, that's all I do then. I don't do public Snapchat. They're using the Toyota Corolla to control the food supply, our movement, social media, and the economy. It's extremely Orwellian in nature. No one seems to care. Bro, the sun is fake, man. See, this is the problem. Like, you guys are worrying about shit that like doesn't matter. It's windy as hell over here. You guys are getting a little crazy. Oh, it's windy. Yeah, sometimes it gets windy outside. And I looked up the temperature. I looked up the temperature for like the average temperatures for April. It's not unusual at all. Like, we're in the same range. Would it be a bad idea to start a carnivore diet right now? I'm honestly curious. One part of me is hoping that shit hits the fan and I don't have to bodybuild or eat all this food anymore, and I don't have to worry about this stuff that much. There's like 2 paths that I'm gonna go down. One of these paths I'm going down. One is the bodybuilding fitness influencer, continue to focus on growing the YouTube channel. The other path seems to be, stop working out, get more involved with a farm, or start doing stuff on a day-to-day basis that doesn't require me. And guys, the time sink of the gym is incredible. It's an hour and a half working out every day, and it's an hour or 2 eating and prepping food every day. It's like 20-25%. You guys don't understand. Bodybuilder is like a fucking full-time job. Like, and I don't like it, but if it means I'm going to be successful and reach more people, I'll do it. If you had braces, is it possible they put metal in your gums? Because I had braces when I was younger. No, the braces are in your mouth, and there's metal in your mouth while you have the braces. Do you walk down the street using the face garment or only at home? I'll use it if like I have to be on my phone for like an hour or something. Mao Zedong was a family related to the Rothschild elites. All of the rulers in charge of the world right now are related to each other. We literally live in like a medieval fucking royal palace society bullshit. I don't think your personality will work in the fitness community. Probably not. But technically it doesn't work in this community either, right? So why not give it a shot? Yo, the thing is, if I look as good or better than most people, then I don't give a shit. I could just talk all the shit I want. From a natural bodybuilder perspective, honestly, there aren't really that many people that look better than me on YouTube. That are naturals, at least. I think there are a lot of guys that look like as good as me or a little better than me, but I'm not that far off what these guys look like. What heirloom vegetables, if any, should I grow on my new Texas homestead? The problem with vegetables is, to me, is the caloric density. You know, if I was in a survival scenario and I had to grow food, I would see how hard it was. First, I would see how hard it is to grow white potatoes or something. If that's possible, that's an option. I would grow potatoes and I would raise animals. If potatoes weren't good, I would grow grains instead of, because fruit and vegetables, just not enough calories. Have you heard about Project Zypher from White House whistleblower and the upcoming blackout and execution of millions of Americans covered up by Toyota Corolla? I did hear about that. I talked about that in a video I did. CN Son of Lug. I talked about that in a video I did maybe a month ago. I said, I forgot what the video was titled. Are they coming for us? Yeah, there's a project where they basically gather the information of everyone that opposed the New World Order. And there's going to be nationwide blackouts of, you know, the power is going to go out. There's going to be no communication. And they're literally going to go to people's houses and round them up and kill them that oppose the New World Order. And then they can just enact all they want. But I don't see how they can do that, to be honest. I mean, it's going to be like, it would be a bloodbath. People would revolt. I don't think it's possible that they do that. I mean, who knows? If these people went to if these people went to people's houses and said, "Oh, we need to take this person," because if they go to people's houses and say, "Oh, we need to mandatory test you for the virus," and they test you and they say, "Okay, we have to take you away." I don't know. I don't know how they might be able to do it in a way where people just disappear and no one seems to care because they're in it for themselves. Are white potatoes a better energy source than sweet potatoes? The main problem is if you're consuming only sweet potatoes, it's a lot of vitamin A. It's probably way too much vitamin A. What do you think of Greg Doucette? I don't really care. I mean, I say let people do their own thing. You know, he's very intelligent in his knowledge of anabolics and his bodybuilding. But you know, honestly, you know, Greg Doucette from a diet and nutrition and health perspective, he has no clue what he's talking about. Am I correct in saying he has no clue what he's talking about? From what I've seen about his videos, yeah. His knowledge of nutrition and understanding of that aspect is either he hasn't demonstrated it in a video, or he just, you know, his and I mean that's I can say that about every single fitness YouTuber, not just Greg Doucette. I think he knows more about bodybuilding at that professional level with drug usage than, I mean, just about anyone on YouTube. He's been doing it for a very long time, and he has a lot of clients that he's very successful with. But I will say right now, if you're working with Greg Doucette or you watch Greg Doucette's videos, you will benefit from learning more about nutrition from a quality perspective. So I think if someone was to, I always say it, like if these bodybuilders actually knew about nutrition and were eating high quality organic foods, it'd be a whole different story. Yeah, we don't have super chat on this channel because we don't have enough subs. If you guys want to donate through the Streamlabs link down below, I might have to just pay for pay like a few $1,000s to advertise this YouTube channel, just so that we get enough subscribers to do the super chats. I think if that happened, it would happen in small stages to where the disappearances seem natural as opposed to just mass murdering millions at the same time. I think it's too many people. You can't even buy a gun. Right now, they can't keep them in stock. I think too many people are opposed to the agenda. You know, I mean, are they going to make 5% of the population just disappear? During the second wave, they will make everything mandatory. If these people get what they want and the second wave actually happens. If the second wave happens and people don't revolt, we might as well just accept communism. It's ridiculous. The most important thing we do between when we get out and this bullshit is over is inform people on this and get people to oppose the government. Hand out flyers, let people know what they're doing. And it's tough. You can't just, like, that's why I'm trying to do it through the Wi-Fi, the 5 grams flyers. Because, can you make a summary of what their plan is with the virus? I did a summary video, I think 2 weeks ago. I think that the video is titled "What We Know Now," and that's pretty much all I know. I can do an updated one and see if anything comes to mind.
Pushing lab-grown meats. Any thoughts, Wall?
No, this is exactly what they're doing. They're literally they shut down meat plants because of the virus. And now they're shipping in their plant-based meats from other countries to save the world, to save America with the fake meat supply. I don't know who's buying this bullshit. I think someone should just light these fucking trucks on fire that are shipping this meat around. This is what they want. They want, and I would be amazed if this actually happened. They take the meat out of off the shelves. They stock it up with the fake meat. And the people who are starved and deprived of meat gladly run to the supermarket to buy this fake meat bullshit that poisons them. Buttermore and Abby EMF Sharp are endorsing a plant-based veggie oil diet. It's comical. Yeah, I don't know what they're giving these people, like, that they would sell their souls and harm people's health. I mean, in most of Asia and Europe, the population certainly won't revolt. They love to be oppressed. I should just move to fucking Texas and start shooting people. That seems like a plan. Move to Texas. I heard that, like, Texas wasn't letting... I heard that, like, the people in Texas didn't give a shit. They just walked around in the quarantine and did whatever they wanted. He doesn't seem concerned about fluoride for some reason. I mean, if you've watched the videos on my channel, you'll understand that there's a lot more to be concerned about than fluoride. And the primary source of fluoride in people's lives is not just, you know, the meat you're eating. It's in the water supply. It's in a lot of processed foods. If you're talking about the context of a carnivore diet, all my farmers are out of beef. Do you know where I can get high quality nutrient dense animal foods delivered straight to my door? Yes, we are still selling meat on Frankie's Free Range Meat. What's an I don't know what an EMP bomb is. Let me Google this. Someone said that a couple times. Electromagnetic. Oh, what? They can make EMF bombs? So an EMP bomb is basically an EMF bomb where they can literally bomb a place with electromagnetic radiation. What the fuck? Yeah, these people have so many military tools that are literally invisible that they can do God knows what with. I bet you that they can literally just drop a bomb in the middle of New York City that has brainwashing frequencies and brainwash people if they wanted to. I bet you they have that type of technology. If you're saying be worried
Your
about.
carnivore content has been incredibly valuable to me. Have you eaten raw fish liver? Specifically salmon livers. Also, should I be eating beef liver raw every day or once a week, or what's your recommendation?
Hey X, thanks for the donation. I've had fish liver before. It doesn't usually taste good unless it's from a leaner fish. So the fatty fish store fat in their flesh and have lean livers, so they don't really taste that good. But the lean fish store fat in their livers and they tend to be tasty. Salmon liver I've never had because it's illegal to harvest the salmon liver in a lot of places, and there's regulations not allowing people to get it. So I haven't been able to access salmon livers. I'm sure it's very nutritious, very high in omega-3, very good for you. I recommend definitely watching my nutrient synergy video, because most people do have adequate vitamin A stored up initially when they start a carnivore diet, because people aren't getting enough sunlight, enough vitamin K2. So initially when you start a meat-based diet or a healthy diet, depending on your past diet, I wouldn't say most people, maybe like 20 to 30% of the population doesn't actually need vitamin A. And then for a few months, you take your vitamin D, you get your vitamin K2 in, you get your B vitamins in, you get your minerals in, you balance your omega ratios, and then a few months into the diet, then you can start incorporating some retinol, some liver, some higher vitamin A foods. A lot of people tend to overdo the retinol, and the main problem is that they're not necessarily overdoing it. They're not getting enough sunlight. If you want to eat liver every day, you literally would have to be in the sun for 5-10 hours every day. So keep in mind, when consuming retinol, you have to have adequate amounts of vitamin D, and your gut has to also be in a state where you can really synthesize K2 efficiently, or you're consuming a lot of fermented meats or supplementing K2, which is why I push vitamin D3, it's why I made, vitamin D3 supplements and vitamin K2 supplements on my website. What fluoride is in food too? Yeah, if the food was grown with fluoride or anything. Meat is murder written all over university walls now. The brainwashing is maddening. Yeah, it really is. Damn, Frankie, you just said I should move to Texas and start shooting people, and then you searched up EMP bomb. Lol, if you weren't on a watch list before, you are now. We already brainwashed society through propaganda and school. Living in society is like living with your parents. You get the benefits at the expense of following their rules and limited freedom. Yep. Frank, get the fuck out of New York. I have businesses and a job in New York. What's the protein to fat ratio on the bulk local ground beef? It's about 80-20. If vitamin D can be rubbed off from swimming, can you rub your hands on leaves to get vitamin D from them? How long should you soak liver in milk overnight? Yeah, overnight, 12 hours, salted milk.
Are there any
honey.
nutrient-dense foods low in vitamin A retinol you recommend? Some shellfish seem okay?
I mean, to answer that question, no, because inherently a nutrient-dense food is usually going to be correspondingly high in vitamin A retinol. So any food is going to be high in retinol if it's nutrient dense. If there's fat soluble vitamins in the food, if it's vitamin D3, if there's vitamin K2, there's going to be some retinol. There's going to be some. It might not be a super high amount, but there's going to be some. Shellfish is one of those examples. Shellfish has a pretty balanced nutrient profile, but mussels, oysters still have a considerable amount of retinol. Vitamin D, can you rub leaves to get vitamin D from them? Your body synthesizes vitamin D when the UVB hits your skin. Your body is making the vitamin D. Plants make a different type of vitamin D. Plants make vitamin D too. So that amount, so rubbing leaves wouldn't help. That's a weird question. What are you gonna put your dog outside in the sun for 3 hours and then rub him all over yourself for vitamin D? I don't know how that's gonna work. I don't know. That's funny. I mean, that's fucking stupid. But it would be I mean, hey, like, it's so stupid it's ridiculous. Like, you would let your dog or cat outside, or like an animal outside? At what point do you think it will not be safe at all to eat wild-caught fish due to ocean pollution? We might already be at that point. Dude really asked about rubbing leaves.
Why do so many fat, bald, lonely dudes dispense nutrition advice?
I don't know. I mean, why don't you ask the rest of the carnivore diet community? That's fucking hilarious. It is funny how they all are losing their hair. Do you eat pig feet? No. Maybe that's why vegan girls like sleeping with their dogs. Maybe that's why. Oh my God, we're onto something here. Maybe that's why vegan girls have dogs. Yo, that makes sense. That makes sense. That answered our question. I've been asking for over a year, well, probably longer than that. Why do all of these vegans have cats and dogs? Are they rubbing the vitamin D onto themselves? No, wait. Oh, that's a good question. It's like rubbing meat on you for protein. Yeah, I mean, it probably doesn't work, but it's funny. It's funny to hypothesize it. All right, realistic. I'm. How would you do the research? No, it doesn't do anything. It's funny to think about, but it doesn't do. Well, sheep wool does. All right, let me rephrase that. If you put an animal out in the sun for a few hours and they had a fur coat, or it was recently, and you rub the animal on yourself, you would actually physically get vitamin D. It's just the amount of vitamin D is probably not considerable. You guys know they make vitamin D from sheep wool. I don't know how they do it. Could you do analysis on the lifestyles and diets of well-developed and healthy peoples and tribes like the Mersey, Maasai, Hadza, Papuan, and others? The problem with that type of critiquing indigenous diets like that is that it's hard to find the information on their diet specifically, or know that lifestyle. Rubbing their cats for nutrients, yes. What's your favorite bug? I never really thought about that one. Let's buy sheep and rub ourselves against them at the end of the day.
Do you think aborted fetus cells is used to grow lab-grown meats? Considering they have already used aborted fetus cells in vaccines.
Someone did a video. I forgot her name. She's got quite a few viewers. She's got hundreds of thousands of viewers. I think she has around 240,000 subs, if my memory serves me right. She did a video about how one of the plant-based meat plants has a facility that's near a Planned Parenthood. So without a doubt, I think they were using that type of stuff in the lab-grown meats. Let me go back to that other question. Why do so many fat, bald, lonely dudes dispense nutrition advice? To seriously answer that question, it's because, well, let's think about this. These people are a part of a group of people that are trying to control the population, and they need to have people that are willing to do YouTube personalities. How do they choose the YouTube personalities? I don't know how that works. Like, were there better options than bald, ugly, lonely dudes to push the carnivore diet? Did they have better options? I mean, I would have hoped they would have had better options. Maybe they didn't. I don't know. I can't really answer that question. You think they would have chosen? Maybe they took all the people that had a good appearance and had them push the vegan diet. Maybe they took the girls that had a good appearance and have them push the vegan diet. They take the guys that have a good appearance and put them in the fitness community to make money that way. I don't think nutrition I think this answers the question. I don't think nutrition in general is really a really large. It's not a lot of money. You don't make a lot of money talking about nutrition. It's a very limited pool as well. Someone like Abby EMF Sharp just puts RD after her name and does the most ridiculous shit. If you guys watch my most recent video on Abby Sharp, it's comical what she does. It's comical. Like if you listen to that video I did, it's her talking about how she went to like dozens and dozens of doctors to try to get pregnant, and she's having fertility issues. And like she's having fertility issues, yet she's drinking like 5 cups of coffee a day and not eating enough animal foods. It's absolutely ridiculous. And you have people like that put the words registered dietitian in their name, and they get hundreds of thousands of views. What did you eat today? Just some ground beef, my bone broth, some honey. Are you still chewing masticum? Yeah. He'll say no to mewing and yes to jaw gum to temporarily grow jaw from hypertrophy. So I'll answer that question. So, this is a $5 question, but mewing can fix improper facial posture. So when I had jaw surgery, when I started chewing gum, my jaw posture got a little better. It didn't change the appearance in my face at all. The only thing chewing gum did was make these jaw muscles right here really big. So my face went from if I stop chewing gum, my face will be like this thin again. But if I chew gum, my face gets a lot wider. So mewing is not effective. Is it better than traditional orthodontics? I would assume so. Chewing just gives you big jaw muscles. And I have a video on mewing, so if you want the full explanation, watch the video on mewing. It basically go into, what determines development is nutrients. If you don't have nutrients, your skeletal and muscular soft tissue aren't going to develop properly. Have you heard the weird conspiracy shit that we're in the Matrix or some shit?
What's your take on chewing to aid digestion? Animals rip chunks of meat and chew once or twice, then swallow, but our stomach acids aren't as strong. Thoughts?
Our stomach acids are as strong in a natural environment. So, if you read, there's a popular book. Oh man, I don't actually remember what this was from. The point is that there was a group of First Nation Alaskans, Inuit Eskimos, and when they ate the meat, they had this very tough seal meat. They would, as you said, they would cut, like the animals, they would take a knife. This is exactly what the Eskimos did. They would take a piece of meat, put it in their mouth, and then cut and have a knife cut. They'd have like a big piece of meat. They put they bite it and they cut a piece off. They chew it a little bit and they swallow it. They used to literally swallow these whole chunks of meat like animals do. And if you're in a low EMF environment, if you're out in nature, if you're active all day, if you have a healthy liver, a healthy digestive system, yeah, you can eat whole chunks of meat like that and digest them very efficiently. But in our current modern society, you have people that literally have to puree food and take digestive enzymes in order to digest the meat. Our stomach acidity is as low as scavengers. It is as low as carnivores. You don't have any qualifications, do you? I mean, yeah, the funny part is, though, I'm smart. Apparently, I'm the smartest nutrition person on YouTube that goes in depth on certain topics. So, despite not having any credentials, it's very simple. Either all of these other people with credentials aren't as smart as me, or they're special interest funded and won't talk about certain topics that don't profit them. If these other people don't talk about things unless it profits them, you know, they're not going to make a video on raw honey unless they're going to try to sell you raw honey. But I'll make videos on stuff that doesn't benefit me. Abby eats 9 times a day in high protein cereal. Yeah, she's completely, her adrenals are shot. I think mewing works at a young age. I mean, it's as I said, it's better than traditional dental work. I've seen people in mewing Discord say give your kids hard vegetables to make their faces develop properly. It's ridiculous. That's not going to do anything. What's the bioavailability threshold for cooking meat? I have a video on raw versus cooked meat. I fucking hate credentials. 99% of them are bought and paid for, not earned. Yeah, I mean, that's the sad part. Like, if people realize that, if people actually understood what RDN, registered dietitian, or MD, medical doctor, if they actually understood what that meant next to someone's name, they wouldn't respect that person. Of course, there are doctors that do deserve respect. Are there dietitians that deserve respect? Probably not. The thing about being a doctor is there are very successful doctors that do things that would be, that would be unquestionably positive. There are doctors that do good things. There are doctors that do bad things. Unfortunately, yeah, any of the doctors in the nutrition space or fitness space are complete sellouts. They're part of the system. The real doctors that are doing good things and that are positive, you're not going to see them make a YouTube video, because those doctors that are doing positive things are so successful with their intentions that they probably have their own private practice. They have millions of dollars. They don't give a shit about doing that sellout stuff. If a medical doctor makes a carnivore diet YouTube channel, just that is fucking wacko dacko shit. No reason whatsoever. Why would a doctor who's making millions and millions and millions and millions of dollars per year make a YouTube channel and convince people to consume estrogenic feedlot meat, or convince people to shovel down a super highly processed collagen powder? The doctor is obviously doesn't, I mean, if he thinks he's helping your health by doing those things, he's stupid. So that doesn't make any sense. And maybe he wasn't making enough money with what he was doing. Maybe it's all fake and he's just getting paid. Who knows? It's all up in the air. The point is, same thing earlier. All these things are distracting us from the point. The point is, these people are sellouts and you probably shouldn't support them. They passed the test 30 years ago. What is the best use for soured raw milk? I don't really know. I think people, they used to drink, some cultures used to drink it. Nightbot needs to get laid. Will taking digestive enzymes before every meal cause your body not to make those enzymes anymore? No. How did you convince your family about this? How did it go the first time you talked to them about the lies that they have been told their whole life? Oh, they don't care. I tell my parents things, they don't care. I tell my parents that well, the stuff all the time. They don't care. They just want to live in their delusional little world. That's the sad part. Have you done any videos on parasites? My recent video, raw meat safety, I go over parasites in raw meat. Yeah. What problems does feedlot beef have? Feedlot beef have? Dude, I have like 10 videos you need to watch. Like go on my playlist and look up the carnivore playlist. Parasites have a hormetic effect on the body. My understanding of parasites is that parasites are not a good thing. First of all, parasites occur in a disease state. So when someone's eating a lot of cooked food, what appears to happen is the person might get parasites, and those parasites will eat the cooked food, or a fungal infection will eat the cooked food, and that live fungus, the live parasite, will then be digested by your intestine. It's kind of weird, but it makes sense, right? Like when your diet lacks raw foods and certain tissues, your body will create a scenario, fungus, parasites, to increase the amount of raw food you're effectively digesting. What should I tell my parents to convince them not to take Advil? I mean, I think Advil, there's a mechanism with your liver, and it's very bad. Channel growing significantly this past week. Any plans for 100K? Yeah, I spent so much fucking money on advertising. It's insane. I was like, I'm sick of this shit. I gave myself a gift. My gift was spend my fucking money until I get 100K, and then no more money. No more wasting money. Did you distribute the flyers other than to us by email? I ordered some flyers that I'm going to put up. They're coming sometime next week. I saw a cow eating grass on the other side of a fence because it was greener. Yeah, no, I think there's a quote from Joel Salatin talked about this. He's a farmer where he was like, maybe it wasn't him, maybe it was someone else, but the point is, like, when a cow goes into a field, it's like you going to an all-you-can-eat buffet. There's all these different foods, all this different stuff you want. The same thing applies to the cow eating grasses. Clover might taste like something, wheatgrass might taste like something. Jonas was saying how trichinosis can be helpful. I think it's shaky grounds. Yeah, I mean, I don't understand any mechanism where trichinosis would be helpful, under any circumstance. That's the one I didn't get. That's the one I would without a doubt disagree with. I still don't get how you can only eat ground beef when you own a meat company. I mean, I'm sick of eating food from this bodybuilding stuff. I saw Snake Diet eat raw bacon. I mean, listen, there's a difference between like actually knowing what you're doing and pretending you're knowing what you're doing. And eating raw bacon is definitely not knowing what you're doing. Can I jar organ meats like your canning video? Yeah, you can. My PP grew 10 inches after rubbing some D3 on it. I wonder where I could get some higher quality D3, perhaps an emu oil. On organ supplements, I'm looking to get more supplements and better labeling for marketing, but we'll see. Why is Snake Eye losing his hair? Is he a shill? I don't know if Snake Eye's a shill. I mean, he doesn't know You know, the snake diet's very simple. It's not like an ideal health diet. It's just about weight loss. I think you should do an updated fish video. Hard to know what's safe to eat and what isn't. I mean, my short answer to that is if it's from Alaska, it might be kind of safe. If you enjoy seafood, it's hard to like. I like for me to make a video like that is highly speculative. Like how would I actually answer that question? I'd have to go to a fish market, buy 100 different types of fish, and do testing on it, and then I'd have a definite, concrete answer. I could do a video on it, but what's the point? I'm gonna do a video. I'm gonna give my, I'm a little, honestly, I've said this several times. I'm discouraged about giving out certain information because other people are gonna take it and run with it. I've been on Twitter the past few days, and people are just talking about, oh, how vitamin D boosts your testosterone and how vitamin K2 is so good for you. And I've been talking about D3 and K2 for years, and now everyone's jumping on the bandwagon. So, what if I make a video where I say some things that no one else is saying about fish, and another one of these Mason pricks just rips me off and uses their bullshit credentials and platform to make more money than me? Well, they can't because I'm prettier and look better and I'm smarter than them. But the point is, I don't like it when people, if I put a lot of effort into a fish video and give away information that I don't really want to, how am I benefiting from it? I'm not. And if people are really specific and they want to go down that road, what would you test for in the fish? What is the main problem that pollution is causing? There's too many. If you go to a lab and you ask them for what they can test for from a chemical and like antibiotic perspective, there's thousands of different things. It's too much. Thoughts on, I don't know what that is. Will there be a health video anytime soon? Like a health update video? So he's chilling for what? I don't watch enough of Snake Diet's videos to know what he's up to. Really? What do you think they'll look like? Who's they'll look like? What did I just say? Did you place me in timeout, or was it the bot? Yeah, I'm not doing anything. Why did the bot time you out? Is it natural of a pig to be raised on pasture? Yeah, well, that's why we sell Iberico on Frankie's free range meat. It's pasture raised pork that's free of corn and soy. Very hard to get. Do you have a video on metabolism? The carnivore diet ruined mine. Any health problem is due to lack of nutrients and inflammation in the diet and lifestyle. You just have to figure out what it is. Snake guy is always against the carnivore diet. One video I really need to do is updated thoughts on the carnivore diet and how to do it properly. How often do you eat blueberries? I haven't eaten them in a while. Go more into voltage-gated calcium channel activation and hydroxyl radicals. I'm not that smart. I mean, as I said several times, it's sad that I'm the person that's bringing. I'm sad that I'm the person that's bringing this information to light. But the fact that I'm the person doing it and not someone with a higher IQ or more credentials or more understanding of the mechanisms is unfortunate. My dog spits liver out and rejects it. Does that mean I shouldn't eat it? He's never done that, but he's also never had liver. It depends. Maybe your dog knows that he has too much. Maybe your dog has too much vitamin A stored and your dog isn't getting enough vitamin D or K2. I don't know. That's a good question. To answer that, I would say, does your dog like going out in the sun, and does your dog like eating rotten, stinky food? You should get an Instant Pot to make bone broth. I make so much broth at once, though. I make like 3 pots worth of broth. What are the biggest concerns with the an injection? I don't really know. I haven't looked into that stuff because I can't really talk about it and make a video about it. I know there's negative metals and toxic metals in these. I know there's probably enzymes that do certain things in your body that make you unhealthy. Frank's texting Hitomi. I find it hilarious that that chick blocked me. I never even messaged her. I made videos making fun of her diet, and she just blocked me. 100% just blocked me. Like what kind of person does that? Like someone makes a YouTube video on you, and you block them on Instagram. Like that doesn't make any sense. It's not like I ever messaged her or anything. I think it's funny though. Would eating 500 to 800 calories of high quality animal foods every day cause metabolic damage? No, but you kind of want to know what your nutrients energy status is and what you're doing. I made fun of her and she blocked me. Well, no, she did. Hitomi left Frank with blue balls and now he sims. I haven't. You know what? It's funny. I actually think I sent her an email a couple weeks ago. I don't remember specifically what I said though. I think I told her like we should do a workout collab, and she didn't respond. Edward, no, I didn't see that. Why you bring it up? Why you bring it up? I still gotta finish my workout, and I kind of have to use the bathroom, guys. So we'll wrap this up in like 10 minutes. Are you doing a recipe video this weekend? Yeah, I didn't think of what I'm doing yet. You should block Hitomi back. You can't. If I search for the reason I found out she blocked me is because I was trying to find her. I thought she had. I didn't. I figured she had an Instagram, and I was looking for it, and I couldn't find her Instagram, and I realized that I was blocked when I was looking for it. How are you gonna promote your new ad budget? What do you mean?
Women aren't whores, neither are you. Sexuality doesn't define self-worth.
Is it F? Do we lose connection? I don't know what happened. It's raining outside. Maybe something. And my internet at night's been a little wonky lately too. I think the winter release of the Toyota Corolla is going to be the best seller. Everyone's going to get it, but it's going to be recalled, so we can't leave. Let's make sure this bullshit doesn't happen. The most important point in human history is going to be over these next few months where we have a chance to let people know what's really going on. We lost connection a little. Yeah, I use direct. No, that's why I was curious because I use a direct line to I use a direct line. Universal basic income. I did a video on that on the Society of Order channel. Maybe I should redo it on this channel. Whenever Frank ever tells who he's DMing, I'm going through my YouTube comments on my phone to see if I have questions to add, because with on this new channel the chat isn't as fast, so I don't have as much stuff to answer. How important is an EMF meter to improve your health? That's a long answer. I would just watch my. Let me see if I can answer that. So, you can reduce EMF in the environment by knowing what it comes from and turning those devices off and removing them. But that aspect of knowing what it comes from is removed by the meter, and your neighbor could be using something. Who knows? Sure, you're reading comments. Andrea, are you jealous? I really have to use the bathroom, so we'll go for about another minute, so I don't have to get a new pair of underwear. Should I rest days for muscle growth? I mean, I'll have to do I'm hoping to do my workout video soon and my workout routine soon, but all this Toyota Corolla stuff happens, so who knows if I'll be able to do the bodybuilding stuff. I mean, yeah, if they do have these LED lamps up and they can track cars, it's going to be hard to do any insurance issues anymore. If you take 10,000 IU of D in the morning, you don't sleep. Yeah, lower the dose. You're taking too much. Get your levels checked. Frank is about to burst. I am about to burst. I've been chewing this mastic gum. and it gives me it messes up my stomach sometimes if I chew it too much. Hey, Jose, we'll see how that goes. I'm looking forward to getting the metal out of my face and being able to sleep better again. But guys, thanks for joining me tonight. If I missed your question, let me know later. I'll get back to it. I got a bunch of work to do. I got to finish my workout. I got to write a video for tomorrow. Let me know how you guys like this. I'd love to do longer live streams, but my current schedule right now and everything that's going on, I'll try to do some longer ones next week for you guys. Just use a diaper.